So there was 3 things that I didn't know I was doing, and if I was even semi-conscious of them, I was doing them accidentally. And when I stopped doing these 3 common things, my timeline shifted immediately and my reality changed immediately. I'm going to show you these 3 dangerous things that you're probably doing every day without realizing it, and how to get what you want faster. The first thing is to let go of counter intentions. Now, the truth is that miracles occur within a matter of days or hours when your desired reality is focused on without offering counter resistance. The universe really is giving and willing to manifest on your behalf if you let it in without all the emotional baggage, negative thoughts, neediness, the fear. Your desires are really never denied. And the truth is, they only don't come to us because we shift so often. Like, you want a certain house, you get excited about it, it's in a certain neighborhood, maybe it's your dream neighborhood, or it's a certain part of the world, and just the possibility of it makes your life really exciting. And at that exact moment, the universe is responding to your intention. It's matching up the people, places, events, everything necessary for the eventual manifestation of your desire. But then, after a few hours or days, you think like, well, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if I'm ever going to have the money for it. And in that moment, your intention is modified as you unconsciously communicate a new desire to the universe. And then after you feel better and you're in a more confident mood again, then you say like, gosh, I really want that house. It's all I want in life. It'd be amazing. And then a week later, after a hard week or a bad night's sleep, you say, well, I'm not sure if it's really realistic. I'm not sure if it's really possible, if it will ever happen. Maybe I need a new goal, a new house that's maybe more realistic and affordable. And by then, you've communicated dozens of contradictory intentions. It's like if I give you directions to drive to my house, but every few minutes I change the directions. And when you do this with what you want, you're interrupting the infinite field of possibilities each time you change your mind. It's like if you plant a seed in your garden and you dig it up like every day, and then you put it in a new spot, then you bury the seed again, then you water it again, and then you move it again tomorrow, and then you do it again the next day. The universe is like a factory that creates any product you want. As long as you give it a prototype, then it can copy and mass produce it. But if you go to the factory tomorrow and then you give it a new prototype to change the product, then you do it again tomorrow, you're never going to get what you originally intended. You get back exactly what you put out. Your intention opens the door of probability of a future event, but you have to keep your attention on what is wanted, not going back to what's not wanted. Otherwise, you're just closing the door of probability that you just opened right before that, and you create everything that you want and don't want, whether you're aware that you're inviting it or not by focusing on what is wanted or unwanted. Everything started to work for me once I started to get control of my subconscious. Most of this is happening subconsciously. Stanford University did a study. They found that we have approximately 60 to 65,000 thoughts every day subconsciously. So you have a conscious goal or desire. Maybe it's career, money, health. Maybe it's in relationships. It's something you want. But then subconsciously, all this other stuff you don't realize is happening. Things that were programmed from childhood, negative emotions, negative beliefs, behaviors that are sabotaging your desires. And that's why it's so important to reprogram your subconscious mind. It's like we have these desires. We want our computer to work in a certain way, but we're operating on like Windows 98. Like, it's not going to work that well. So I have a free Success Hypnosis MP3 to reprogram your subconscious mind, to basically get an updated operating system so that your subconscious mind can start to manifest your desires quicker, faster, and easier, and with less effort. Because your conscious mind, all the hard work, everything that you consciously do, that's only representing 5% of the results in your life. 95% of your bank account, of your love life, of your health, of your career, it's happening subconsciously. So you can get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments, or it's in the description right there down below. Go to jakeshypnosis.com. It's free to use. Just listen to it for a couple minutes every day. You don't have to do anything. That's a cool thing about the subconscious. Everyone's telling us things we need to do, right? You need to be in this business, do your dating this way, do this with your health, do. But that's 5% of your life, right? So it makes total sense. If you reprogram the subconscious, you're going to get what you want with less effort. So check it out for free, and let's move on to number 2. So if you're with me here, give me a comment down below that says, I'm with you, Jake. I'm with you, Jake. I'm with you, Jake. And if you're enjoying this video so far, you can hit the like button on it. Now, number 2 is to give up old emotions that match what you don't want. So, you throw a boomerang, right? And it comes back to you. And every time you have a thought, you also boomerang a matching emotion to your thought. It's actually super scientific. Like, if you think a thought, you instantly activate biochemical reactions in your brain and body. You're triggering certain neurons in your brain. You're releasing certain corresponding chemicals in your body that instantly create those emotions. So if you were thinking about like all your stress, as much stress as you could, and you tried to make yourself as anxious as possible, you could immediately create those emotions with just your thoughts alone. Like, you could be in an all-inclusive vacation on the beach in Maui, but instead of feeling happy and like having a good time looking at the perfect ocean water, you could be thinking about all your problems back home thousands of miles away across the ocean, and you could feel terrible emotions that match your thoughts. And that's why it's so important for your emotions to match your desires instead of your current reality, right? Because in the physical dimension that we live, there's a time buffer between where you are now and the future manifestation of your desire. Like, for example, you get a desire and, it activates all emotionally, you get all excited, and then there's a time span for it to boomerang back onto the material physical plane of your reality. So what makes this whole process of reality creation really confusing? We look out into our lives, we don't see what we want, so then we create negative emotions that match our current reality instead of matching our emotions to our desired intentions. And we don't even realize that we're sending off these contradictory emotions. Like, for example, let's say you want to make more money. So you set the intention and you start a new business that can become super successful. It can help you create a whole new level of financial reality, right? And then in a little while, or like after a hard week or a bad night's sleep, you look at your bank account and you're like, I'm still broke. And then that thought of, I'm broke, that creates emotions of frustration and helplessness and sadness, right? So now you're back at square one, and your emotions are dictating your vibrational point of attraction that is matching you to your undesirable reality of not having enough money. The problem is that while we're waiting for our desires to manifest, we're in a time buffer between intention and manifestation. So we send off all these contradictory emotions, so the universe doesn't know which emotions are the reality of our intentions. So when you're in a time buffer period, never allow your emotions to match right now. When your emotions match right now, you block what's next. So the key is to check in with yourself and how you feel. Am my emotional match to my desires and intentions? Are my emotions matching what is happening right now? Or are my emotions foreshadowing what's next? So comment down below. I focus on what's next. I focus on what's next. This is a conscious choice. what's now or what's next. So comment down below. I focus on what's next. And again, this is why it's so important to reprogram the subconscious. Psychologists say your subconscious is your emotional mind, and then your conscious is your logical mind. So the subconscious is a whole bunch of old emotions that play like a record player. So when you reprogram your subconscious, you change your habitual emotional state. Like, we call it a disposition, like, my furrows of worry on my brow, that's just my disposition. And then the other person's like, yay, I'm so cheery and happy. That's their disposition. Well, it's just a memorized habit of emotions, and you can change it. So make sure you get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's free. I could just sell it or whatever, but a million people from all over the world have used it, and every day I get these awesome stories. People attracting more money, their soulmate, they get an awesome break that happens out of nowhere. Because once you get new emotions in the subconscious, without you doing anything, things start happening for you. Quote unquote miracles. It's really not a miracle. It's just the subconscious that is below the level of conscious is now a vibrational match to what you desire. So you quickly shift what you're attracting into your life. So you can get it for free, jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description. It's right there down below. And let's move on to number 3. If you're with me here, let me know down below that you're still with me. Say, I control my emotions. I control my reality. If you're enjoying it so far too, you can hit the like button on this video. And let's move on to number 3. It's probably the most important. Now, number 3 is to give up time-based expectations. Now, when you start worrying about things like if and when and how, if it's going to work, how it's going to work, right? That's being in the expectations of time. And quantum physics proves that all potential realities exist in the quantum field, according to the principle that energy can never be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transformed. So every possibility or version of your future reality is already there waiting for you to tune into it. Your desired outcome, it's not something you need to create from scratch. It exists as a potential reality in the quantum field where energy and information combine in new ways to create all possible outcomes. So when I had the intention of building a successful YouTube channel, if I looked too closely at the facts, then I would get frustrated. And then I wonder if this is going to work or when this would work. So if you want to attract a perfect romantic relationship, and then 7 days later it hasn't happened, or 46 days later, you might look at the date and time and you're like, well, it hasn't happened yet. Will it ever happen? It's taking too long. Are all the good guys or right women taken? And this time-based thinking is not a vibrational match to your intended reality. In the quantum field, all versions of reality, including the one where you have what you desire, are already present as energetic possibilities. So this means that it's not a matter of if or when your desire will happen. It already exists. Comment down below, what I want already exists. It's just about matching the frequency and then aligning with that. So I invite you, instead of asking, when will this happen? I invite you to say, am I in alignment with the reality that I desire? So by tuning your thoughts and your feelings to the energy of your desired outcome, you eliminate time, you connect to the quantum possibility where the reality already exists, and that allows it to manifest naturally and faster. It's not even your job to worry about how. That's the coolest part. You don't have to worry about how, because it will manifest, and it will manifest quicker and faster and in an unexpected way once you are out of time-based thinking. For example, I really wanted a romantic relationship. I wanted to meet the one, right? So I was in a relationship with someone that I thought was the one, and then they left. And I was super depressed for a while. I was jealous and angry at them, almost I was wishing that they wouldn't be happy with a new person. When I finally let that go, and then I stopped thinking about when or if, and I stopped needing it, it happened. And it happened in a really weird way. one of my friends told me to come to his little birthday party with just like a couple people. And one of the people there, his daughter was now my wife, Ashley. And when she walked into the room, my friend pushed us together. And he was like, "Oh, look, the only 20-year-olds here, you guys should meet." And that was how I met her. Like, when you give up time and you're already dwelling in the reality of love or whatever you want, it like falls off the shelf to you. Like, when my YouTube channel went viral, it happened once I stopped thinking when it will happen, because that is me thinking about it instead of from it. I am living about if, when. Then my wife and I went camping, and when we were camping and I had no cell service, old videos from months ago randomly went viral, and I got like hundreds of thousands of subscribers in a couple days, and I didn't even know that it had happened because I didn't have any cell service or internet connection. It wasn't until I got back into cell service and internet connection that I saw I now had hundreds of thousands of subscribers. The reality's already there. That's the coolest part. And there's a tendency when you're not getting what you want to think you need to do more. You need to learn a new hack, a time management technique, a productivity secret, a manifestation secret. You have to go into a new business. You have to learn a new style of communication and dating. You need to be on this app. You need this thing, this certain stock, this certain cryptocurrency, this certain business. But all of that is still coming from the absence of your desire. And when you release that, it will come. And it will come quicker and faster and better. So I invite you to take a deep breath in and out and just say to yourself, what I want already exists. Truly, scientifically, it already exists because energy is never created or destroyed. So comment down below what I want already exists. Focus on becoming a match. Once you become a match, then it shows up, and it shows up faster than you even thought possible. One of the best ways to do it is to reprogram your subconscious mind. Because once your subconscious is reprogrammed, it will work on your behalf even when you aren't. You could be chilling on your couch. You could be reading a book, and then randomly your YouTube channel goes viral. You could be reading a book and then decide you're hungry and you want to go get some like broccoli from the store. And you've really wanted to attract your soulmate, and you finally let go of all these counter intentions, and you drop the broccoli in aisle 6 of the grocery store, and some super hot babe, some super hot guy picks up your broccoli, and then that is the person you marry in 6 months. And that's how you met him. So it's going to happen. And it already has happened. It's just waiting for you to align with it. So make sure you get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. All you need to do is just reprogram your subconscious. It's free to use. Use it for a couple minutes every day. You don't have to do anything. You just have to listen to it. You don't even have to consciously listen to it because your subconscious can hear below the level of sound of your conscious mind. So turn it on. It's free to use. You can get it linked in the description of this video or pinned as the top comment. What I invite you to do is watch this video again, because there's a tendency to want to consume as much information and knowledge as possible. But what we really need is not to obtain anything else. We don't need more knowledge and we don't need more information. We have to let go of the unconscious things that are blocking us. And reprogramming your subconscious is the fastest way to do it. So check it out for free. It's jakeshypnosis.com. Like 1 million people from all the world have used it. All I ask is just let me know what awesome things happen. If you already use it and you've had some great things, let me know in the comments right there down below. If you start to use it, share your success story. I'd love to feature it in another video. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification to get notified for new videos, and you can click here to watch another one.